Hilary Live. I am your host, Hilary, professional tarot reader, demystifying the mystical and putting you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friend, do not argue with me. You have intuition. I firmly believe that everybody has intuition, and we just gotta get back to using it and practicing it so that it works for us when we need it to. So tonight's episode of Tarot by Hilary is the final countdown as we get into the end of the month, specifically for National Novel Writing Month. Now, this month, all of the episodes have been focused on tarot and writing. Specifically, at the beginning of the beginning of the month, we revisited an earlier episode of the weekly show in which I covered tarot, using tarot for writing. That would be any kind of writing, brainstorming plot points, character creation, and also getting yourself through a writer's block. In whatever form of writer's block you have, whether it's procrastination or not knowing where your characters are going or not knowing where the plot's going to go, use the tarot. You can use the tarot not just for divination purposes. You can also totally use it for brainstorming plot points, for journaling, for affirmations. There are so many ways, and there are so many ways to use tarot other than for divination purposes. And what's funny is that a lot of people have this concept or this feeling that, like, it's weird not using tarot for divination. But originally, tarot didn't start out as being used for divination. It started out as a game similar to bridge. And not until, I believe, the 17th century, with the French philosopher Atelier, did it really start to be used for divination. And in fact, the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is a very modern creation compared to other divination methods. And the copyright, I think, on the Rider-Waite-Smith deck that most of us know in tarot, I think the copyright's like 1971 or 1978. So, relatively new concept, using tarot for divination. So why can't it be used for something other than divination, right? So that is the focus of the episodes for this past month, because we are in National Novel Writing Month, the month of November, which was originally founded by Chris Beatty. He wrote a wonderful book called No Plot, No Problem, a low-stress, high-velocity guide to writing a novel in 30 days. So he founded this weird, crazy concept called National Novel Writing Month. And he did it in the month of November, where you write a 50,000 word novel in one calendar month. So if you look up here to the widget on, there we go, up here in the top corner here, if you are participating in National Novel Writing Month, aka Nanowrimo, this is where you should be in your word count by the end of day today. 45,009 words. I'm not there yet. I'm at about 43,000. Let me just check. Let me check my word count. 43,710. So I've got a bit of writing to do after this episode. So if you would like to know more about tarot and using tarot for writing, you want to check out, gosh, I can't remember which date it is, but it is a revisitation of a past episode. So it is in the playlists, whether you're tuning in via Facebook or via YouTube. I do have playlists of free workshops that I've done in the past, and we've been doing this for over a year now, guys, every week, Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So in that episode, we revisited a past episode all about tarot and writing and how I use tarot in order to brainstorm plot points, character creation, and also getting through writer's block. Now, the novel that I'm working on is the protagonist is a tarot card reader, and it's set in kind of an alternate universe where she gets basically busted for psychic fraud, and instead of being able to use her gifts in the way she wants to, she's kind of forced into a consultancy with the police department, so she can only use her psychic gifts for them and for them alone. Otherwise, she goes back to jail. So that's a really quick synopsis of my novel that I've been working on, and I am really, really close to getting to the 50,000 word mark, and that would be my third time. If I make it, which I believe I am going to, since I'm already past the 40,000 word mark. It would really suck if I don't finish. This will be my third time winning Nanowrimo. So I bring this up almost every year, and people think it's almost impossible to do, but let me tell you, it's possible. And I wouldn't say that unless I had already done it myself twice already. So, and I'm closing in on the third time's a charm win. So it is absolutely doable. So that is what I'm here for the next half an hour to hour, talking about tarot and writing. And if you have general questions about tarot, you can feel free to put it in the chat. This is not the space for individual readings. If you would like a reading with me, you can totally book one at the website below, tarotbyhilary.com. I've got an online scheduler there, and you can book a Skype reading, a phone reading, or an email reading. No in-person readings at this time. Okay, so because we don't have a specific topic for tonight's episode, I'm just going to start off with our regular checking in with astro-weather from Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady, from her wonderful AstroBiz Digest, which is a subscription service. I think it's $99 for the entire year, and you get all of the astrology you can muster in your inbox. It is geared towards entrepreneurs, but I have found it really, really helpful in my personal life as well. So let us go to the tape and see what the astrology is like for today and for Saturday and Sunday. Give me a second. Pull it up here. And I hope everyone is having a restful and relaxing day. I hope if you are retail workers that you are taking care of yourselves at this time, and that customers have been kind to you, because sometimes it's not always the case. I was in retail for over 15 years, so I totally I totally feel your pain. Give me 1 second here. Taking some time and energy to load right now. Okay. So we are broadcasting live right now on Friday, November 27th. Please keep in mind that if you watch the replay, that you're not watching live anymore. So this is the astrology for the weekend of Friday, November 27th, 28th, 29th. This is the traditional Black Friday, one of the busiest days of the year for businesses. A Taurus moon is favorable for spending, so if you play your cards right today, you may see a whole lot of sales coming in the door. It begins early when Mercury sextiles Pluto at 5:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, an excellent time for smart marketing. A newsletter sent off today would be wise and profitable. Venus opposing Uranus at 12:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time could bring disruptions such as your website going down, a social media meme that falls flat, or stealth online competition. Folks may also be spending impulsively and changing their minds. Be patient. Also, clients could be acting unstable around this time, so be ready to insert new boundaries. 2:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is super fab for online sales. The moon will be conjunct Taurus, a perfect slot for hitting up social media hard. But a short time later, the moon will oppose Venus, so do expect other people in your industry might be competing for the same dollar bills. Don't let that push your buttons. Let it inspire you to keep on with your sales game. Today is a power day for Taurus and a weak day for Scorpio. Just so you know, I usually do some kind of deal for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. But in the past, it's never been worth it for me. It's always been more trouble than it's worth, really. And I also feel very strongly about, if you are a service-based business, you shouldn't be discounting your services because they're your services. That's your time. So discounting your time, to me, it just feels really disingenuous and weird. And I don't personally do it. If I'm going to run a sale, it might be like a 2-for-1 email readings. But other than that, I don't know. But if you are in business for yourself, and you do discounts, like, make it be authentic to you, and don't feel shamed or pressured into providing discounts just because you see other service providers or other people in your field doing it. If it doesn't feel right for you, don't do it. Okay. So Saturday and Sunday. Saturday finds the moon in a sextile with Neptune at 11:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a groovy time for imaginative PR campaigns. Use this day to capture the public's eye with flashy sales memes, smart media appearances, and creative live streams. Hi, Dina. Nice to see you. Neptune direct at 7:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time allows us all to begin dreaming of a new year. Read the info above the scopes to learn more. So, Neptune direct. Let's take a look. Neptune stationing direct on the 28th, so that would be tomorrow. The past few months have felt like a cruel reality check, but now we can dream of a bright future again. Hope returns and faith is getting restored. Start thinking of ways you can inspire your community to dream big again. Put a bit of holiday magic in all of your communications and let the light in. So that's what Neptune stationing direct tomorrow means. Okay, let's see. Send out an exclusive deal for your VIPs at 9:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when Mercury sextiles Jupiter. Take care of your favorites and they'll take care of you. Sunday's void moon makes it the best morning for sleeping in. After a busy week, it feels good to do nothing at all. The moon will enter Gemini at 11:16 a.m., which creates mental sharpness and the best conditions for writing or meetings. So that sounds good for us Nanowrimos, right? If you have those activities on your calendar, have at it. If you have no business stuff scheduled for the day, your secret is safe with me. Saturday is a power day for Taurus, weekday for Scorpio, and Sunday is a power day for Gemini, weekday for Sagittarius. So there you go. That is the astro-weather from Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady. If you like what you're hearing, you can go ahead and get it for yourself at thetarotlady.com and look for the AstroBiz Digest. It is a paid subscription, but I find it to be well worth the $99 it is for the year. I mean, it's like, what is that? Like, works out to like $2 a week for 52 weeks. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. I think it's stupider not to get it. So if you're looking to purchase some astrology and you feel like you don't really understand modern astrology, or you think it's kind of like esoteric and don't really understand the terminology, Teresa, the way she writes it, or the way she explains it, it makes it understandable to those of us that don't know astrology. So there you go, everybody. So let me remind people what this episode is about. So we already covered it a couple weeks ago in revisiting the episode on tarot for writers. If you want to check out that episode, just look out for the thumbnail that looks like this. Just tarot and writing. And I believe that is the thumbnail for both Facebook and for YouTube. If you want to look at the free workshops playlist, you can go ahead and check out that episode. I did already go over it a couple of weeks ago, so I'm not going to go ahead and play it here. But basically, you're using tarot, you're using the stories, the pictures on the tarot to be able to brainstorm plot points, character creation, and get through writer's block. For me personally, I have been, I've just been going to the tarot pretty much anytime I have, I get a little stuck with my story. And at this point now, I'm trying to wrap things up because the kind of the point of National Novel Writing Month is to be able to have your 50,000th word be the end. So you want to start wrapping things up or winding the story down. But I'm already getting ideas for a sequel to this book. So I'm kind of yelling at myself and reminding myself, no, finish this one first. Finish it, and then you can start writing the sequel or brainstorming the sequel. But now is the time to finish what you started. So for example, this is one of the spreads that I did for a moment where my character was evaluating a crime scene and had to do a psychic testimony, I guess is the terminology that I was using. So that was actually very interesting because each chapter that I've been writing has been named a different tarot card. So the chapter that I happened to be writing at that particular point, I had named it the Knight of Wands. And then the Knight of Wands showed up in the reading that I did about the reading in the novel. So I thought that was very funny. And I thought it was a sign from the tarot or whatever guides the tarot that I was on the right track with my novel. So there was another reading that I did. Let me see here if I can find it. I think I did like a full Celtic cross at one point. Don't know if I'm going to find it in my downloads or in my screenshots. Give me a second here. No, I'm not finding it. But I can show you one of my updates. Oh, maybe it'll be a movie someday. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up, but it is helpful sometimes, not just to use the tarot, but to also imagine your main character as if you were casting the movie. Like, what do they look like? What do they act like? What are their mannerisms? Who would you cast? You know, if this was a book turning into a movie. So I've actually found that to be very helpful when I've been writing. So that's a extra, brainstorming tip from me to you. All right, let's see here. So this is actually my progress kind of recently. So this is on the Nanowrimo website, which is just nanowrimo.org. Let me go ahead and put that into the chat. Ooh, I almost knocked over my computer. That would have been very bad. So there's different tools on there that that can really help you to keep keep focus and keep your word count going. There's also a timer on there as well if you happen to do word sprints. They've also been very good at, they have a Twitter account called Nano Word Sprints, where they'll just have a different sprint leader and then say, okay, write for 10 minutes and we'll call the time when 10 minutes is up, and here's an optional prompt to write to. So this is nanowrimo.org, and this is just the progress updates for my particular book. So you can see some days have been better than others, but what you want your writing goal to be for every day in a 30-day month would be 1,667 words. And just doing this exercise has really taught me to write first and then edit later. So that's my mantra. I mean, if you've been watching past episodes from this month, you're gonna hear me say it then, and you're gonna hear me say it again. November is for writing and December is for editing. So as you can see, some days have been better than others, and I've tried to hit that goal and then do a little bit more, just so I have a little bit of a buffer for holidays. Like yesterday I did, gosh, I think I did almost 3,000 words yesterday. Wednesday night, I didn't do, I think, any writing at all. So that was a 0 day. But I also didn't do anything because I wanted to take a little break. And I also knew that I had 2 full days in which I wasn't working, so that I could focus on writing a little bit more in those 2 days. So like November 21st, I was trucking. I almost had 2,000 words there. So, but you can see November 19th, I only had 779. So, you know, I mean, it's writing in the way that you feel is best, but also pushing yourself a little bit. And realizing that not every scene is going to be a gem. Not every word you write is going to be golden. This is National Novel Writing Month is not about writing the great American novel in a rough draft from start to finish and having it be automatically a bestseller. That is not the exercise. It's more about quantity over quality. And then when you get to the editing phase, then you can bring some more quality into it. But I am a firm believer of writing and writing and writing. And sometimes you have to write out the crap in order to get to the good stuff. So, and I know that it can be done because I've done it twice before. I have done National Novel Writing Month 5 times, and I have won hopefully 3 times. So this is going to be my 3rd win. So I would never say that it's not possible unless I've done it myself, and I've done it twice, closing in on a 3rd win. So it really is weird. You know, you think that it's insurmountable, but then you make time for what's important to you. And so if you feel strongly that you want to write and this is the way to do it, you will make it happen. You will. And even if you don't hit 50,000 words in a month, you've still done something pretty incredible. Trying counts for a lot. So, and of course, I came in here and I didn't bring any of my tarot decks with me. So I'm going to have to go get my tarot deck for the weekend forecast. Does anyone have any questions about tarot in general, or writing, or different tips for writing before we move into the weekend forecast? I will give you guys a second. I will take that as a no. Okay, just a reminder that I do this every Friday night. at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Different tarot topics. We've done tarot, done oracle, we've done Lenormand, we've done mediumship, we've done tarot and writing, we've done charm casting, we've done Ouija boards, and I am always open to suggestions. If you have gone through the archives and you have seen that the topic that you want me to discuss hasn't been covered yet, go ahead and DM me or email me. Give me your suggestions. I would love to hear it. And maybe we'll do that in the next episode. Ooh, that is a good question, Dina. Do you use a tarot journal? I don't. I probably should. I do recommend when you're learning tarot to keep a tarot journal, especially if you're doing a card of the day practice, which to me is one of the best ways to really increase your tarot fluency, get up to speed very quickly, is to make sure that you're just integrating tarot into your everyday life. So a card of the day practice would be basically shuffling and pulling a tarot card and asking the tarot, what do I most need to know for today? Doing that in the morning, taking 5 minutes to write it down in the tarot journal, what card you got and what your interpretation of that card is as applicable to your day, and then coming back to it at the end of the day and looking at what you wrote and seeing if it resonated with you, if it reflected the day or if it didn't reflect the day, and writing down a few more notes. So no more than 10 minutes a day on your card of the day practice. You don't have to put in a lot of time. You just have to be consistent with it. Oh, awesome. Okay. So Dina got a Modern Witch Tarot Journal. Great. There's a ton of them out on the market. And if you don't buy one and you've just got a spiral bound notebook, that's fine too. Like, you don't have to, I really want to emphasize to people, like, you don't have to be fancy and you don't have to spend a lot of money in order to learn the tarot or benefit from the tarot. Just a simple tarot deck and a spiral bound notebook, or even just a Word file on your computer. But hey, if you want to get fancy with it, you can absolutely get fancy with it. I've heard really good things about, like, Angelo Nacios's A Tarot Journey journal. It's I think hardbound. It's very pretty looking, and it has, I think, space for the card itself. There's also the Simple Tarot from Angie Green. She has a lot of different resources and also things to buy on her website as well, including really cute stickers of the Simple Tarot that you can use in your tarot journal to be able to stick it there and say, okay, this is the Ace of Wands, and then you use the sticker, and then you write down your thoughts. So let me see if I can find that to display it. Tarot journal. I think his is called, Tarot Tracker. Sorry, guys. So I'm just going to pull up the Amazon site one, like that link, but you don't feel like you have to get it from Amazon. In fact, if you can get it from independent publishers, like, that's great too. I'll display it when it comes up. Hold on. So there's the link there for the Tarot Tracker by Angelo Nacios. And forgive me, Angelo, if I'm not pronouncing your last name correctly. The Simple Tarot, I think it's just simpletarot.com. Let me see here. Yeah, the simpletarot.com. She's got tiny tarot stickers. She's got cheat sheets. She's got tarot card meetings book, tarot resources, the shop. Yeah, she's got an undated weekly tarot planner. and the Simple Tarot Journal and the Daily Tarot Kit as well. Very reasonably priced as well. The Simple Tarot Journal looks like it's like $19.99. The Daily Tarot Kit, which includes a book, an ebook, a journal, and an email bundle, that's for $49.99. Still very reasonable to have all of that all in one shot. So I'll put the link to the shop there too. You're already looking ahead. I need those stickers. All right. So again, this is that's Angelo's, and then this is the simpletarot.com shop. That's from Angie Green. Dina says, I need those stickers. I know, they're super cute, right? So yeah, no, I don't use a tarot journal, but I would recommend you use a tarot journal if you're learning. Absolutely. And I try to keep some notes, especially for my own readings. Like if I'm reading for myself, or if I'm getting a reading from somebody else, then I will keep those notes. But for my clients, I don't keep those notes. I'll usually keep the photos and the audio, or if it's video, I'll keep those on file for their readings, in case they lose it or whatever. But then I'll delete it after a year's time, because that's not my information. That's their information. So I believe wherever that information from the reading resides it's for the client. It's not for me. So if I am the person in the client seat, then I will keep those records. If I'm not, I kind of archive them. Like I send them, first of all, within like 10 minutes of doing the reading, I will send it. But other than that, I keep it archived. If they don't contact me within a year asking about the reading or asking to have me resend that, I will delete those records. So, because it's not mine to keep. Does that make sense to everybody? But it is good practice. It is good practice to keep a tarot journal. However you want to. If you want to do it, I've heard that, if you want to retain something, it's usually better to write things down long form by hand, in order to retain information. But if you don't groove with that, keep a word processor, like a Word document, text document on your computer. Because I type faster than I handwrite. So yes, it makes sense. Cool. Great. Okay. Any other questions before I go grab a tarot deck so that I can give you the weekend forecast, and so that everyone can be on their way, and so that I can get up to this word count by the end of the day? My real goal is to finish by Sunday. So technically speaking, the last day of the month is on Monday, but I want to be done with my 50,000 words by Sunday. So that's my goal, to finish one day early. And actually, some people have been clocking in and claiming their wins all this week. So it's very, very doable. All right, I will be right back. Hold the phone, and I'll come back with the weekend forecast. Okay. Now, this deck was not the first deck within reach. but for some reason I've been drawn to it pretty much all day today, and I'm probably going to do some tarot card pulls for my writing later on. So let's do it. So this is the Mystic Mondays Tarot by Grace Duong. It is very different looking than a traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, but I really like it, and people have like a very visceral reaction to it. It is kind of a love it or hate it kind of deck, but I tend to love it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it. And look at these. I don't think this is even doing it justice, but it's got the rainbow silvery iridescent sides to it. So, and that's the back of the deck. So at this point in the episode, this is a weekend forecast for the collective in general. If you've been waiting around and watching and wondering when is the reading going to happen, this is your reading, your tarot card reading for the weekend. And as always, take what works for you and leave the rest behind, as my friend Ethne says in her videos. What do we most need to know for the weekend? What do we most need to know? Okay. Well, if you are an impatient person like me, you're probably not going to like what the tarot cards have to say. So this weekend, we are focusing on the Seven of Pentacles. So what I usually do is I usually read from the guidebook and then give my interpretation. But right now I'm being guided to give my interpretation first and then go to the guidebook. So bear with me. I'm following what my intuition is telling me about this card. So the Seven of Pentacles can be a very frustrating card for people that start strong and then fizzle, for people that like put in a lot of work and they're not seeing the results right away. This is what that card is about. It's planting the seeds and then waiting for the fruition to happen. And sometimes the fruition happens slower or is not as much as we think. So it's almost as if we put in a lot, but we're not getting as much bang for our bucks as we would like. And especially with it being the Seven of Pentacles, Pentacles is the element of earth. It's about career. It's about finances. It also is about grounding and stability. So here, she's watering this fruit tree here. And you do have the 7 fruits here, but there's no real facial expression on this particular version of the card. But sometimes in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, I do urge people to look at the facial expression on the figure in the 7 of Pentacles and ask them, what are they feeling? What are they thinking? Because sometimes it's very, very weird. The facial expression doesn't change, but our interpretation of the facial expression can change. So we look at it and we may see something different each and every time we read this card. So here, she doesn't have any facial expression whatsoever, because that's just the style of the artistic style of the cards. But she's got a little bit of a smirk. So it's almost like, all right, I know that I need to be patient. It's just hard to be patient when I have put all of my eggies or all of my fruit in this particular basket, and it's not as much as I had hoped it to be. So this weekend, I would say that really examine what your goals are and examine not necessarily compromising, but being okay when things don't work out exactly the way you expected them to. So let's go to the guidebook and see what the guidebook has to say. But that's my interpretation of the 7 of Pentacles for this weekend. So yeah, patience, investment, and sustainability. Hard work pays off. The seeds have been planted and you are now starting to see the fruits of your labor. Like a badass, you're looking toward the future with long-term strategy, putting effort into investments for the best returns. Timing is key for the sustainability of your ventures, cultivating your ideas with the care they deserve. This isn't just about money, this is about passion. You're putting blood, sweat, and tears into something you feel very strongly about, building a foundation for your personal freedom. Your ideas are coming into fruition, visibly growing before your eyes. Patience is key, as this will take some time to manifest the way that you envisioned. No get-rich-quick schemes here. You're in it for the long haul. So just remember that this may be the card that indicates not all that glitters is gold, especially with that interpretation about like, there's no get-rich-quick schemes here. You know, you put in the hard work, you will get the reward. But sometimes it just takes a little bit longer than we would like. So that is the Seven of Pentacles from the Mystic Mondays Tarot by Grace Duong. I hope that this weekend forecast serves you well. And keep that in mind, especially if you are not a patient person like me. Just stay the course, and sometimes things don't work out exactly the way that you planned it, and that's okay. So that is it for this week's episode of Tarot by Hilary Live. I was about to say according to Hilary. That's my IG thing. Let me take down the weekend forecast. I just want to remind everybody that we do this every Friday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the format of each week's episode is astrology at the top of the episode, then the topic that I'm teaching, and then the weekend forecast for the general collective. So if you like what you see here, please come on back next week, Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would love to have you. I really appreciate you viewing, whether you're viewing live or you're watching the replay. I know some of you was with me for my According to Hilary episode earlier in the day on Instagram and told me basically I will see you on the replay. So hello to those people. And whenever you're receiving this message, know that space, time, energy, whenever you're meant to receive this message, you will receive this message. Whenever you're most ready or available energetically to receive the message, that's when you're going to receive it, or that's when it's going to be the most helpful to you. So, yeah, you're welcome, Dina. Have a great weekend to you too. If you like what you're seeing and you would like a reading with me, readings are available at my website, tarotbyhilary.com. I would love to work with you. Check out more of my episodes here. If you're wondering whether or not I'm the right reader for you, check out more of the episodes here, and also check out my testimonials page and see what you think, and then let's work together, okay? Once again, I am Hilary, professional tarot reader, demystifying the mystical and putting you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition, because yes, my friend, do not argue with me. You have intuition. Have a great night. If you're writing your NaNoWriMo novel, the word count is right here. That's where you need to be by the end of the night. Bye.